Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, hear me, your biology teacher, okay, from IYS. And first, I'm giving you some instructions. Listen my instructions carefully and follow them. My first instruction: keep your biology book with you, and follow my instructions regarding pages. Second, don't raise your hand during my lecture. If you want to ask any question, you can ask me during my question answering session through chat. Okay, beta. And third one, after completion of the topic, I will show you my home task slide. Take a screenshot of my home task slide and do my homework in your fair biology copies with good writing in good presentation. Okay, beta. Okay, now let's start my today's topic. See, my chapter is chapter 2. We are studying chapter 2, structural organization of life, and my today's topics totally based on cell. Means today we will discuss about the cell, basic structure of cell and cell organelles, and types of cell. Okay, beta. These are my topics of today, and I know these are very much interesting topics, and you have a lot of knowledge from your beginning classes about this topic. And now let's start. Okay, first, first I will tell you about the cell. Okay, what is cell? The cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Structural and functional unit. What mean by unit? Unit beta when different organs and parts of the body work together in a group. This is called unit. Okay. Suppose I want to give you example. See, this is the diagram of animal cell, and see my cursor. There are many organelles or many structures you are observing in the surrounding of the animal cell. These all are these all structures work together in a group. That's why the cell is called unit, functional and structural unit. I'm showing you one more diagram. This is the plant cell diagram. In this diagram also you can observe many structures are found in the surrounding. You can watch easily. Okay, diagram is very much clear, and these all structures work together in a group. That's why cell is called structural and functional unit. You can easily observe. Okay, these are different structures in the surrounding. These are called that's why cell is called structural and functional unit of life. Okay, now the cell first discovered by the Robert Hooke in 1665. When? In 1665. This is the cell. Okay, beta. Now, after describing the cell, means I will explain you the basic structure of cell. What mean by basic structure? Basic structure means those structures present in every type of cell. These structures make the basic structure of cell. These structure will be present in every type of cell, either the cell of plant cell or animal cell. What are these parts? These parts are plasma membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, cell wall. Okay, these all are the four important structures are found in any type of cell. Now, first I am moving and I am explaining you about the cell wall. Observe the diagram carefully. You are seeing the light greenish portion. Actually, this is cell wall. You know, cell wall. Again, I am repeating my this diagram. You are seeing this is like a boundary. Okay, this cell wall is present only in plant cell. It is present only in beta. It is present only in the plant cell. Okay, it is not present in animal cell. Okay, and it is the outermost boundary of the cell. It is the outermost boundary of the cell, and it is rigid. Rigid means hard, strong, very strong. Okay, and this is a wall. Okay, cell wall, but it is also made up of three layers. You can see one, two, three layers are you can easily observe. Okay, it's a very much complicated. Okay, you see that this is looking like a single wall. No, but actually this is very much complicated. You can easily observe the structure now, and it is composed of three layers: primary layer, secondary layer, and tertiary layer. Primary, secondary, and tertiary means third layer. Okay, secondary wall is also called middle lamella. Okay, done, beta. And if I talk about chemically the cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin. Cellulose and pectin beta, okay? And naturally it is permeable in nature. Permeable means The membrane which allows every kind of particles. This type of membrane is called permeable in nature. Okay. Now I'm telling you about the function. What is the function of cell wall? Cell wall protects the cell and as well as give the shape of the cell. Okay. Now I'm showing you. You can see again the plant cell. You can easily watch. Three layers are very much clear of the cell wall. Okay. Greenish is the outermost boundary, rigid, hard. Okay. Now we are moving towards the cell membrane. Observe the diagram. This is the very much complicated structure you are observing. Many complicated. Okay. Cell membrane. Cell is very much delicate. Okay. But what is cell membrane, beta? Cell membranes is only found in animal cell. It is not found in plant cell. Okay. This is the main difference between animal and plant cell as well. It is only found in animal cell. Okay. And it is semi-permeable in semi-permeable in nature. Semi means half. Okay, means what is semi-permeable membrane? It only allows the selective particles. First check the particles and allow the selective particles to go inside the cell. This type of membrane is called cell membrane. Give a good example of cell membrane is egg. You, you, uh, uh, we have an egg, na? And inside the egg membrane is semi-permeable. But you can imagine the structure you are seeing on the screen. This is looking like that membrane. No, na, it's very much complicated. Means to describe the structure of cell membrane, the scientist's name was Nicholson in 1972. In 1972, Nicholson was a scientist and he proposed a model to explain the chemical composition and chemical structure of the cell membrane. And this structure is called fluid mosaic model. What is called? Fluid mosaic model. And according to this model, the cell membrane is made up of two layers. You are seeing one layer. See my cursor. This is the one layer. Many spherical granules, and the second layer is the down layer. Okay, and these two layers of phospholipids. Phospho means from phosphorus. It's a chemical. Lipid is also a chemical, and it's a polymer of fat. Okay, so means the cell membrane is chemically composed of two layers of phospholipids. In in between two layers, the protein floats like a iceberg. Okay, means you are seeing these red colored sphericals and irregular shapes. Okay, actually these are proteins. So means cell membrane chemically composed of phospholipids and proteins. Okay, this is a chemical structure, chemical composition of cell membrane. Okay, and now if I talk about the function of cell membrane, first function I have told you it is semi-permeable is in nature, and second function, beta, in many animals, it folds inside like bacteria. Okay, it folds inside to to perform the function of endocytosis. Endocytosis. Endo means inside, cytosis means cytoplasm, inside the cytoplasm. So means it folds inside and take the material inside. Okay, for the process of endocytosis. Okay, beta. Because of this endocytosis, this material go inside the cell membrane. Okay, this is the function of cell membrane. Okay, now I'm moving the next structure is nucleus. Nucleus is very much prominent and very important structure of the cell. Okay, and first, who discovered it? This is discovered by Robert Brown in 1831. Robert Brown in 1831. Robert who discovered cell. Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Okay, that is very much important and prominent structure of the cell. It is spherical in shape and sometimes irregular in shape. Okay, and it is covered with a nuclear membrane. You see my cursor. This is a nuclear membrane. This is nuclear membrane. Okay, and you are seeing the pores. These are the pores. Okay, it is covered with nuclear membrane with pores. Okay, and it is filled with a fluid. This fluid is called nucleoplasm, and nucleoplasm contains chromosomes, and chromosomes made up of DNA. That's why it is the house of DNA. What is DNA? DNA is the genetic material. Okay, again I'm making linking. Nucleus present in both animal and plant cell. Okay, it is it is it is spherical and irregular in shape sometimes, or it is covered with nuclear membrane, filled with nucleoplasm. It is gel-like substance, and the nucleoplasm contains chromosomes, and chromosomes are made up of DNA. And what is the function of nucleus, beta? Nucleus controls the all activities of the cell. It controls the all activities of the cell. Okay, beta. Now we are moving towards the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, see my cursor. You are seeing in this diagram light bluish fluid is filled inside the cell. Actually, this blue fluid which is filled inside the cell. Okay, this is cytoplasm. And you are seeing different structures are floating, organelles are floating in this. Actually, this is cytoplasm. Okay, and the cytoplasm is translucent, not clear. Okay, translucent substance. Okay, and this is very much important. Okay, and it is composed of two parts. It is composed of two things. One is aqueous substance, which is called cytosol. This is called beta cytosol. Okay, mera beta. And second is granular part. Cytosol is a liquid, make the liquid portion. The 90% water is present into the cytoplasm. To mean the aqueous part is called cytosol, and the second is granular part. This is cell organelles. What is called cell organelles? Organelles organelles. Okay, beta. These are organelles. And what are these organelles? I will tell you. Okay, when we are going, when I will explain this topic more. Now I was telling you about the cytoplasm now. Cytoplasm, because cytoplasm is very, very important. The Quranic verses, we made everything is of water. We made everything of water to mean cytoplasm. Means scientists suppose that this water which are made by the man, these are the cytoplasm. Okay. So means what is cytoplasm? According to the function I'm telling you, cytoplasm, it is a site, S-I-T-E, site or place of chemical reactions. Many chemical reactions take place at the same time. You are seeing many structure at the same time in different regions in a cytoplasm. Means it's very much important. Means all organelles, all structures are flowed and perform their function in the cytoplasm. Okay, beta. This is the basic structure of cell. I have told you. You are seeing the wording. It is not an organelle. It's a fluid, but very important. Okay, means I have told you basic structure: cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. These are the main structures which are present in every type of cell. Now we are moving towards my next topic. As you first see the mind map, my next topic. But before starting, you observe this mind map on your screen. Okay, you are seeing the many structures. Actually, these structures which are called organelles. I'm reading the names vacuoles, cytoplasm, no, vacuoles, Golgi bodies, plastids, mitochondria. Okay, these all are the structures are present into the around the plant cell. Okay, beta. But what they are called organelles. Organelles. The first you have to understand the meaning of organelles. The word organelles is derived from the Latin word organum. Organum means instruments or tool. Instruments or tool means to do something. Why do we use instrument? We use instrument to do some work. Okay, to perform some functions. It means organelles are derived from the Latin word organum. And I'm defining the organelles. Organelles are the specialized, means these all are the specialized structures within a cell to perform specific function. Okay, and they all are floating in the cytoplasm. You all of them have watched the diagram. Now, the first cell organelle, not organelles. It's the one organelle. It's the endoplasmic reticulum. What is beta? This is endoplasmic reticulum. First, understand the meaning of endoplasmic. Endoplasmic, endo means inside, plasmic arise from the protoplasm, reticulum means network. Okay, and now observe my circle. Where my circle is moving, this is endoplasmic reticulum beta. Okay, what is endoplasmic? It is a network. This because reticulum is network now. It is a network of membranous tubules. Membrane, very delicate. Okay, membranous tubules extending throughout the cytoplasm. Extending throughout the cytoplasm. Beta, this is endoplasmic reticulum, and it is of two types: rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Again, observe the diagram. Observe the diagram again and see my cursor. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum, beta, and this is smooth. What is the difference both of them? Rough endoplasmic reticulum, you are seeing minute granules blue in color. These are ribosomes. The endoplasmic reticulum, which contains ribosome, this is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. The endoplasmic reticulum, which does not have ribosomes, this is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and they are extending. They are everywhere extending into the cytoplasm. Okay, beta. Now, what is the function of endoplasmic reticulum? What? Because it is extending into the cytoplasm. Okay, that's why it transports material. Which type of material? Many kinds of chemicals are present into the cell. Okay, it transports material within the cell. Okay, and it provides the support to the cell, and it detoxifies. What is mean by detoxifies? Remove the toxic substances. It detoxifies the harmful effects of drugs. Drugs are off because drugs also having the negative effects or sometimes on our health. Now means it detoxifies the harmful effects of drugs. Okay, beta. Now we are moving towards the next organelle, Golgi complex. Golgi complex is discovered by the Camillo Golgi. Who discovered? Camillo Golgi discovered the Golgi complex. He was the biologist. Okay, and because of the scientist, the name of this organelle is Golgi complex. Okay, and the Golgi complex, which are actually these. See the diagram. These are the set means again group. Okay, the set of smooth membrane like structure. These are also smooth membranes with flattened means flat, fluid filled, sac, sac. See my cursor. Sac means pouches, bag. Okay, you again. These are sac, pouch like structures you are seeing actually, and they are 3 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are many. Okay, and they are called cisternae. They are called cisternae. Okay, so means Golgi complex, it is a set of smooth membranes with flattened fluid filled sacs called cisternae, and these cisternae are filled of carbohydrates, proteins, enzymes. Okay, means many types of secretions are filled in these vesicles, in these cisternae, in these sacs. Okay, means Golgi complex. If I take only one, this is called Golgi apparatus. Mean when the many Golgi apparatus are combined together, they form a complex. See, this is the structure of Golgi complex, and these are sac or cistern. Okay, beta? These are Golgi complex information for you. Now, now we are moving toward the next cell organelle, mitochondria. Beta, mitochondria, it is also called the powerhouse. Okay, why? I will tell you. Okay, powerhouse of the cell they are called mitochondria. Beta, so first observe the shape. They are rod-like and bean-shaped structure, and they are covered with the two membranes. They are double membrane boundary structure. See my cursor. This is the outer membrane. This is the inner membrane. Okay, and the inner membrane. See my cursor. This enfolds inside and make enfoldings, and these enfoldings beta are called cristae. The word we learned in Golgi complex, it was cisternae, but the word and enfolding, this is called cristae, cristae, cristae. Okay, beta, and these cristae have filled with fluid, and this fluid is called matrix, 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 and this matrix contains enzymes. Again, I'm making link mitochondria having two layers, inner layers with enfoldings called cristae having fluid called matrix. Matrix contains enzymes. And what is the main function of enzyme? Very important function. Performs respiration. And what do we get from respiration? We get from respiration energy. That's why mitochondria are called powerhouse of the cell. because of releasing energy. Okay, beta. Now I'm moving towards the next organelle, chloroplast. The chloroplast actually it is a part of the plastids. That means you should know about the plastid. Na? Plastids are the cell organelle. Okay, it's a type of plastid, and they have different. You are seeing the green color. Plastids are of contain different pigments. Or because of pigments, they are of three types. Okay, chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. You are seeing on your skin. This is the chloroplast, very much common, found in plants. Okay, chloroplast having green pigment. It's a plastid. Okay, chloroplast is a type of plastid, and it is only found in plant cell, not in animal cell. Okay, to perform the function of photosynthesis. Okay, it is green in color and present in leaves and green parts of the plant. Okay, to perform the function of photosynthesis. Okay, two more I'm telling you. Plastids are of three types: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. Then, for your information, I'm telling you, chromoplast have colored pigment, and it is found in fruits and flowers. You know, flowers are of very colorful, and fruits are of different colors to make them attractive for insects. Okay, leucoplast. Leucoplast is found in the underground parts of the plants like roots. And what is the function? To store to store food. Okay. So means but you are seeing on your screen chloroplast, but plastids are of three types: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. Now I'm moving toward the next organelle, beta, centrosome. To understand this centrosome, you have to go back in my topic of cell division. Cell division, you have to go back in cell division, okay? Because I will make a link of this centrosome towards the cell division, okay? What is centrosome? The centrosome, you first see the yellowish part. I'm moving my cursor, light yellowish part in the surrounding of this. They are rounded structure only found in animal cell. Plastids only in plant cell. Centrosomes are only found in animal cell. Okay, and what they are rounded organelles, and they are found near the nucleus. Near the nucleus to perform very important function of cell division. Where they have very much important part in cell division. What is this part? When the cell division starts, this centrosome bursts. It bursts, okay, and two centrioles arise from this and go at the two different poles of the nucleus, okay, and these centrioles contains nine. These contains nine microtubules. You are these microtubules. Count them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. These are nine microtubules, mera beta. Okay. What they do? These microtubules form spindle fibers. uh, Please recall your memory. What was the function of spindle fiber? Spindle fiber perform very important function. You What they do? They attract the number of chromosomes towards their opposite poles. Okay, that like a magnet. I gave you example of magnet as well. Na? The spindle fiber attracts the chromosomes towards the opposite pole. Okay, that's why they have very important role in the cell division. If they will not attract the chromosomes, so means cell will not divide into two cells. Okay, so this is the function of, because they take part in cell division. These are the centrosome only found in animal cell. Now see the ribosomes. This is the next organelle. They are found in animal and plant both cells, okay? But you don't have the diagram of ribosome in your book. That's why I'm showing you the colored picture. And already we have discussed the ribosome in my first organelle. I'm showing you a picture again. See, you are seeing these granules, light bluish kernels. These are the ribosomes, beta. But they are looking like a granules. But here I'm showing you the colored and detailed structure of the ribosomes. You can see and you can easily observe them. What they are? Actually, ribosomes are rounded granules because they are small in size like a grains. That's why they are called granules as well. And they are also called the protein factories. They are called protein factories. Why? Because they are protein synthesizers for the cell. Okay, that's why they are called protein factory. Okay, beta, and they are found freely in the cytoplasm, as well as they also attach with the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. My next organelle beta, this is vacuole. Vacuole is also found in animal and plant both cells. Okay. And they are covered with the membrane. This membrane is called tonoplast. Very clear. Okay. And what they are? These are the sac. SAC. As again, sac means pouch-like structures. Okay. And they are found in animal and plant both. But in animals, they are many. They are temporary, but in plant cells they are large in size and permanent. One, majority one. Okay, they are one in number, one and permanent. But in animal cells they are small and many in number. Okay, beta. And what the function of them? What function? Because they are filled with cell sap. You are seeing my cursor. This is cell sap. What is cell sap, beta? Cell sap. It is a solution of fluids, and fluid means water and salts. Like we drink ORS na for getting energy. These plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. So means this water and minerals combine together form a solution. This solution is called cell sap. Okay, they fill with cell sap and transfer this cell sap through the osmosis process. It's very much essential for the plant. Okay, this is the vacuole. Okay, beta. So means today we have discussed basic structure of cell and we have discussed about the cell organelles. Okay, what cell which organelles we have discussed? Today we discussed the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, chloroplast, cytosome, ribosomes, vacuole. Okay, beta. Now, I'm moving my last topic is types of cells. Beta, living organisms are also divided into two categories according to the nucleus. According to the nucleus, okay. And we have two types of living organisms: prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Because this division is according to the structure of nucleus, okay. And that's why we have two types of cell: prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. But what are these cells? Okay, to understand these cells, first you have to keep in your mind the example. To understand the prokaryotic cell, you keep in your mind the bacterial structure, and we are the living organism. We have the complex structure. So means the human beings and fungi, and they have the eukaryotic cell. Okay, and what is this topic? See on the see. Listen carefully, beta. Prokaryotic cell. Pro means beta. Pro means before. U means true. Okay, pro means before, u means true. Okay, so means prokaryotic cell means beginning stage of the cell. Okay, and eukaryotic means complete, each and everything. Okay, but what is that? What is this cell I am defining you? Prokaryotic cell does not possess distinct nucleus because the nuclear membrane is absent. You know, nuclear membrane is absent. If nuclear membrane will be absent, the remaining things which are present into the cell, they will automatically absent. So means that's why this type of cell is called prokaryotic cell, like bacteria. Okay, in bacteria, if you remember the diagram, only the genetic material is present in the center of the cell. Okay, and the eukaryotic cell, it is well defined nucleus because it's having a double membrane is present. Now, if I say you see this diagram, this is the this is a eukaryotic. The cell contains this nucleus, complete nuclear membrane, and each and everything. Okay, beta. Okay, beta. That's why this is the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell, well-defined nucleus. What is the cell? The size of this cell is very small, 0.5 to 10 nanometer, but the eukaryotic size is 10 to 100 nanometer. Okay, in diameter. Okay. Prokaryotic cell does not have membrane-bound structure, means no mitochondria, no Golgi complex. Okay, but eukaryotic cell having all organelles in them. Okay, beta. Now, prokaryotic cell, because nuclear membrane is absent, means automatically nucleoplasm is absent. Okay, and the eukaryotic cell, nucleoplasm is present. Okay, in prokaryotic cell, only only single chromosome is present, but in eukaryotic cell means the chromosomes diploid. Diploid means because in the human being we have 46 number of chromosomes, means 23 pairs. Okay, so means diploid means double in number. Okay, that means proper chromosomes are present in eukaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell means the ribosomes are very small in size and they are scattered in the cytoplasm. Not because endoplasmic reticulum is absent, so means automatically they will scatter in the cytoplasm. Okay, beta. And in the eukaryotic cell means ribosomes are large in size and they are attached with the endoplasmic reticulum. I have already have shown you in the diagram. Okay, endoplasmic reticulum or they can freely in the cytoplasm. This is the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell beta. This is also present in your book. Okay, in your book on page number 35. But for your convenience, I wrote very valid 6 point on the on my screen. Okay, you can write from my slide, but as well as you can write from your book. Okay. Okay, beta. On now, okay, now this is these three topics I discussed with today: cell, basic structure of cell, and cell organelle. But what you have to do, you have to write the answers from your book. Okay, okay, beta. And home, what you have to do? Okay, I'm showing you home task slide, beta. See this slide. This okay. This home task slide, beta. I'm giving you three questions today. Describe basic structure of cell. Okay, means four. And also label diagram of animal and plant cell. The diagram is also present in my slide, but you can draw from your book and the page number of I'm giving you. At answer you have to write from your book data from 29 to 31. Okay, I know this is a very descriptive answer, but please write from your book and all information you have to write. You have to write it for your assessment test. That's why. And answer heading: cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. Diagram from book page number 29. Okay, one diagram on one page with complete labels. Number two question: briefly explain the cell organelles or cytoplasmic organelles. Answer is on page number 32 to 34. Okay, mera beta. And these are the headings are present, and there is no diagram in cell organelles. You are not drawing the diagram. Okay. Question number three: write six differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. Answer is on page number 35. Okay, beta. Alhamdulillah, we have completed the topic of cell today. Okay, inshallah, we are meeting the next meeting, and in the next meeting, my topic, inshallah, ta'ala, will be the tissues. Okay, so you come with a pre study of tissues. Okay, inshallah, ta'ala, we'll meeting together. Allah Hafiz.